Now that we know how the polar coordinates are represented graphically, let's talk about how we can convert between polar and rectangular coordinate systems. So remember that when we talk polar and rectangular coordinates, we have these relationships here. That when I talk about x in the rectangular system, that's related to r cosine theta. Y is equal to r sine theta. Of course, this r right here, which is the hypotenuse of a triangle, can be found by Pythagorean's theorem. And then theta is represented by inverse tangent of y over x, or the tangent of theta is equal to y over x. So those are the relationships that we have that are consistent in helping us move between polar and rectangular coordinates. So in this first set, we want to talk about converting from polar into rectangular coordinates. So I want to take a point that is given to me with an r and a theta, and I need to rewrite it with x and y. So in this case right here, again, we're trying to find the rectangular coordinates, and we're trying to move from polar into rectangular, and we are given a set of polar coordinates. Now, the first value in my ordered pair is r. So in this case, I know that r is equal to 3. I know theta is equal to pi. And I just use these two formulas right here to find out the values of x and y. So x is just r, which is 3 cosine pi. And y is just 3 sine pi. Simplifying that, you should remember that cosine of pi is -1. -1 times 3 is -3. The sine of pi is 0, so this is just 0. So the rectangular coordinates for this are -3, 0. It's pretty straightforward. Let's try one more over here. Again, we are given polar coordinates where r is equal to -10 and theta is pi over 6. Pi over 6, just like pi, is a known value on my unit circle, so I can figure this out by what I've memorized. So I have a -10 cosine pi over 6 for x, and for y I have -10 sine pi over 6. Now, for pi over 6, the cosine of pi over 6 is the square root of 3 over 2 times -10 becomes -10 square root of 3 over 2, which we will reduce in a minute. And then sine of pi over 6 is just 1/2, so this is -10 times 1/2. So reducing those, we end up with -5 square root of 3 for x and -5 for y. So let me write it in its ordered pair up here. -5 square root of 3 for x, -5 for y, and there's the ordered pair of the rectangular coordinates converted from the polar coordinates here.